Great this evening to be joined by Adam Smith, Sky Boxing, Spencer Oliver, Johnny Nelson. What an amazing night. And to find you at the darts, not the boxing.
I love the darts, Robert, absolutely. And so does Spencer. I think Johnny's a baby, a newcomer with that. But no, we watch it all the time. It's fantastic. It's always on in my household if my wife allows it. It's great, and they're great characters. It's a fantastic night. We're here to support Gary Anderson as well because he's a boxing fan.
So just before we move on to the boxing, as a virgin to darts, how did you find your first darts match, Johnny?
I found it odd that a load of grown adults were going crazy over guys throwing little darts at a board, but it was a great atmosphere. You kind of get into it. Look at this.
What you got to understand is where he's at with the darts. He didn't know. He thought you had to check out with 3 darts. He didn't know you could check out at any point. He didn't know what a triple was. Didn't know what a double was. Didn't know check out that. So he is a real virgin to the sport.
He thought he was at the bar when you were talking about triples and doubles.
He didn't know what was going on.
Because I thought he's got 3 darts left. He's got to get finish on a double, and he's got 4. I'm thinking, how's he going to do that with 3 darts? So, but it was a nice learning curve. And it was just a good atmosphere. It's a good family atmosphere. This is. I can understand why this thing sells out in a heartbeat.
Before I let you get going, got to ask you one question. We've got the most amazing boxing match coming up. We've got Klitschko, AJ. Come on, a prediction.
Listen, I predict it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful occasion at Wembley Stadium. It's 90,000, April the 29th. I think it's a fight for the ages. You know, Vladimir Klitschko has been a wonderful servant to boxing. 20 years as a professional, Olympic gold medalist back in 1996 in Atlanta. Anthony Joshua, Olympic gold medalist in 2012. The future, we think, 18-0. Is it the changing of the guard? Is it a little bit too soon for Joshua? Will Klitschko expose him, or is the timing perfect for the Watford man? I think it's got everything, and I think it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful occasion for British sport.
Well, you know what? I find this one really, really fascinating. You know, AJ, I'm a fan. He was bred through the Finchley Boxing Club, where we come from. This is a fascinating fight because a lot of people wrote Klitschko off purely because of his last performance against Tyson Fury. You got to remember, Fury's very elusive, very all over the place, and I think Klitschko maybe lost the desire. So the big question mark is, has Klitschko finished at the spot at the top? That's the big question mark. Or did he lose the desire and will he get it back? That's the interesting thing about this fight. I believe AJ's going to win, and I believe he's going to win in style, but there is that massive question mark because we don't quite know whether Klitschko's finished or not, and if he's not, we're in for a hell of a fight.
I think after Klitschko lost to Tyson Fury, nobody's actually addressed the loss, not even Klitschko did. And to me, what he told me was he's lost the pace. And remember, he was 41 years old when he boxes Anthony Joshua. He's lost the pace, and that snap's gone. And I know, because I boxed into my late 30s, he'll be 41. So what you do is you compensate for the pace, you compensate for the speed, you try and control the pace of your opponent. He's going to struggle to do that with a 27-year-old young lion that can bang in Anthony Joshua. So speed, youth is going to be the key. So he'll try and calm him down, he'll try and steady him up, but as long as Anthony gets him to try and match him for speed, he'll be all right for the first 2 or 3 rounds, and after that his speed will drop, he'll lose behind on the points, and that's when Anthony Joshua will bang with the points. If you'd have said this time last year, I'd said don't do Anthony Joshua. Now I'm more than certain Anthony Joshua will win by knockout.
Don't forget, Klitschko said he was going to help Joshua once he'd beaten him.
No, I think it could be heir apparent here. I mean, Joshua spent time in Klitschko's camp, and I always think that Vladimir spots potential coming through. I think he believes Anthony Joshua is the real deal. I think the question mark is he's still the real deal, Vladimir Klitschko, and I think most people think he's seen better days. But for us as well, Anthony Joshua's never been in a really, really hard fight. He had the scare against Dylan White, but he got White under control and he got him out of there. What will he be like in 9, 10, 11, championship rounds if he's behind on points? We don't know. I'm not sure we'll find that out on April the 29th, but I think it's going to be an amazing, amazing night.
Yeah, and I think another interesting fact as well is that the last guy to know that the fight has left him is the fighter himself. And everybody's saying, well, Vladimir Klitschko wouldn't have taken this fight because he doesn't need the money, but he'll believe that he just had a bad night there, so he won't believe that the fight has maybe left him. And so that's what makes his fight so
Obsessed.
interesting.
The other thing is, when you're in the gym and you spar with somebody, you work with somebody, and you know you've got top side of them. It's called king of the gym. It's a pyramid of the gym. And what happens is the kid that slowly develops and gets better and better. It's hard for you to mentally get your head around the fact that this kid's going to eventually be better than you. And right now, Vladimir's got that in his head, thinking this boy's the student. He's not going to be better than me. He can't understand it. It's not until it comes to fight night when he sees that Anthony Joshua's improved, matured with speed, strength, and how he fights, and they think, oh my goodness. And even then, when he's behind, he will not be able to register that this kid is now a man. This kid is no longer my student, and he will not be able to get his head around it. And that will be Vladimir Klitschko's last fight, because he will then know, you know what, I am done. And so it's not just about the win for Anthony Joshua, because Tyson Fury's done it already. If he knocks Vladimir Klitschko out, he will blow up, and everybody will think, wow, look what he did to Vladimir. Tyson Fury did it with awkwardness and speed and reach, but if Anthony Joshua knocks Vladimir out, he will absolutely be a universal star.
Guys, thank you so much. Season's greetings.
You've got to ask Johnny who's going to win the World Championships here.
Yes, okay, Johnny. Who's going to win? This is the last prediction then. Who's going to win the Darts World Championships?
Did we just mean win one?
Anderson.
Yeah, Anderson, of course, world champion. He been world champion the last 3 years.
Last 2 years. That's not bad.
Listen, Gary Anderson has become a good friend of all of ours, so we're backing Gary Anderson. But obviously, you can't.
MVG's going to win it, but I think
MVG, all the way.
If Gary's in the final, we're coming back.
Guys, thanks so much. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Thanks, Robert. God bless you.
Bye
bye.